We are interrupting the start of the third season with some breaking news during the preseason. The man, the myth, the legend, Zlatan Ibrahimovic have decided to retire. What will happen to our Zlatan facts now? How are we supposed to start a new episode? I don't know. I guess we'll have to pick another player that can take his place when it comes to the facts. I want a fresh start, so we should probably go with one of our new signings. But it won't be a player. We are going to go with one of my new coaches. Say hello to our new coach, Mr. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And here is his first fact of the season. Zlatan doesn't blow out the birthday candles. They extinguish themselves out of respect. And I promise you guys, I totally not just sign him because of the facts. He's a fantastic coach, so to say. Welcome to the first episode of the third season of Let's Play AC Milan in Football Manager 2021. And we're going to start with the transfers. And we are in kind of a special situation. And I guess this is a COVID thing, that the seasons has been a little bit messed up. Because if you look at the date here, we're only in July 24th. And we are about to play the first league game of the season. This is extremely early. And as you may know, the transfer window in Italy doesn't close until the end of August. So we actually have like 5 more weeks until the transfer window closes. And a lot of more time to do business. But it's also been a strange summer because I've been trying to sell quite a few players. And I've been getting more or less no offers at all for them. And then a few players I have no interest at all in selling. Of course, I've been getting offers for those. So yeah, it's a bit weird or a bit messed up. But right now, I haven't sold a single player. But I have offers that I have accepted for a few players right now. So expect for next episode, most likely, a few might have left us. But let's start with the signings. And first off, you know this man. You know him from previous episodes. We got him as a free transfer from Barcelona. Dembele, fantastic to get a player like this one as a free transfer. He is injury prone though, so he comes with a risk, so maybe we're just going to use him for a season and sell him on with a huge profit because of his injury proneness. But I mean, still as a free signing, even if he's injury prone, it's a fantastic deal. Next up is a player I want to mention for a special reason, because this is another one of the free transfers we got. And I of course I scouted the free transfers, but I don't believe I realized how good this player is. He is only 19 years old, and look at his potential ability. I'm not sure, maybe my scouts didn't scout him well enough or something like that, but he is sensational. And at only 19, like, he is at a level that he could be starting for us. The only reason that he won't be starting for us is that we already have Tonali, Kessié, Benacer, Gegladini. We have a lot of players, Gravenberch, that can play in the same position. So I'm loaning out for 1 season. But if he keeps on developing, there's no way we can keep him out of our first 11 next season. We actually loaned him out to Napoli. And he's going to be a regular starter for Napoli. That says a lot of how good he is. Next up, we have a goalkeeper. So, of course, Donnarumma is our number 1. And our backup goalkeeper was 36. He decided to retire, just like Ibrahimovic. And my first goal was to find like a really promising young 17 to 20-year-old keeper to develop and things like that. But I just couldn't find anyone, not for a reasonable price at least. So I just picked up a free transfer, like a decent guy that can act as a backup behind Donnarumma. Clearly not at his level, but I mean, for free, he's a decent backup option. Then we have the first signing that we spent money on, Davide Betella. And I've been scouting him. I've actually been scouting him for 2 seasons. And I wanted to sign him already last season, but he was already loaned out. So we couldn't sign him. According to my scouting reports, he is probably like in top 4 best young Italian central defenders with the potential to become fantastic. So we paid, as I said, 26 mil for him. but hopefully he's going to be well worth it. And then the biggest signing, if you don't count the free signings of Dembele of the summer, is currently Andrea Belotti. He was transfer listed. We picked him up for only 22.5 mil. Yes, he is already 28 years. Our board don't like us signing older players, but he is a fantastic striker that I definitely admire in this game. Look at these statistics, and even since he's been playing at a smaller club, he scored 16, 16, 16, 3 seasons in a row in a team that, I mean, imagine what you can do in our team then. And also a modest citizen personality is going to make him a brilliant tutor for the youngsters. But that's it. We, as I said, haven't sold anyone. We still have a decent chunk of money, and we probably going to sell players for at least a combined amount of 50 more mil. So most likely we're going to have around at least 100 more mil to spend in those 5 weeks that's left. And we did sign a central defender, but he's a youngster. I'm looking for another central defender. I'm hoping to sign a world-class central defender, like paying a crap ton of money. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. First off, I need to manage to sell a central defender, and that haven't happened this far. So the preseason was kind of weird. We only got 2 preseason games by default. We didn't have a single preseason game doing that training camp thing that teams go on. So I took it on myself and arranged a bunch of friendlies instead. And clearly you should take friendlies with a big grain of salt, but I just want to point this one out that we managed to beat Real Madrid. And it's just 2-1, it seems here like, yeah, it was pretty close, but we actually completely dominated that game. We had 10 plus highlights and they had 2 or something like that. And statistics, we played very, very well. Today, though, it is the start of the real season. And we are facing off versus Cagliari. And if you take a look at the previous season, you know that Cagliari was doing pretty decently. They were just outside the spot of Europe. And they have been advancing. The first season, they were a little bit lower. And they're most likely going to aim even higher now for the third season. And it could be worth mentioning the season preview. So, even though we won the league 2 seasons in a row, media predicts Juve as the winner and Inter in second place. And also only on third place with the same odds as Lazio. So, yeah, they don't believe in us. But we talked a lot. Let's see our team in action. And we have a few injuries or suspensions. We have a suspension on Calafiori. We have injury on Theo. And yeah, that's the current situation. Also have some youth players I brought up. Kalulu and Colombo from our youth team. I'm not sure if I'm going to loan them out or if they're going to be featured this season. We'll have to wait and see what happens during the transfer window. And here is the Cagliari team, and there are a few familiar names in it, but at least on paper, we should be the favorites here, but we need to make sure that it actually happens also for real in game. And I'm playing Zaniolo as a central attacking midfielder. Last season, as you may remember, he was a winger for us, but probably for this season, he will mostly play as a central attacking midfielder. And we have the first highlight, is Conte with a throw-in, Gagliardini. And look at that, Leao gives us the lead with his first goal of the season. Brilliant. But yeah, as I mentioned, my main goal for signings is I want to probably sell 2, maybe even 3 central defenders. And I want to buy a world-class central defender. And yeah, that's my main goal. And then probably sell a right fullback, and maybe either let Kalulu play or sign a world-class right. And oh, that was very close to the second goal for Leao. But maybe sign a world-class right defender or have Kalulu play. And we have yet another highlight here. And it's Leao. Is he going for the second one again? He's going to do another try? No, that was a very weak pass. Luckily for us though, Conte is unchallenged and we should be safe. We should be able to build something from here. Going by himself. And it's Dembele, the new signing. Osman Dembele, can we see some magic here? Can we? It goes for Milik, and could have been a fantastic debut if he would have scored. But looking at Dembele's statistics, which I, of course, have done a lot, he's fantastic at dribbling, but he's not as strong at finishing. Now we see the first highlight for our opponents here. And that's, of course, never good news for us. A lot of plays in the box, and that's the equalizer. First, I look at the ref to see if it was an offside, but it doesn't look like it. And this is terrible news for us. Really, really bad, considering how we have been dominating this game. But this shows you guys why we need to sign a world-class central defender. He's really our weakest position right now. And once again, it's another highlight for him. Come on, game. But Donnarumma picks that one down, and maybe we can start building from here. With a long goal kick for Milik. For Leao. Leao back to Milik. Milik into the box. Kind of gets out of angle, but he's fine. Zaniolo. And Zaniolo, since I started playing in this position, he has been scoring quite a few goals during the preseason. So it's more or less that he's replacing Rebic as an attacking midfielder. And Dembele is replacing Zaniolo as a winger. Zaniolo has actually worked really well as a shadow striker. That's the halftime whistle, and we completely dominated things. But we have a very fragile lead. We're clearly going to point fingers, tell them that we're not pleased. And I'm also going to go to the drawing board and change the mentality for attacking. And we see a highlight here, ASAP, a few minutes into the half, is Cagliari for Zaniolo, for Dembele, Cagliari, and here is Zaniolo, and of course, since I told you guys he was good at scoring, he misses that chance. Benacer with the corner, gets another try, Leao, Benacer, going for what? Oh, Dembele, he hit the top bar. And we have a throw in here. And also, I didn't mention that, but Theo is injured. And Calafiori is suspended. So I'm playing with Jedwai as a left defender. He's normal, of course, on the right side. And that could have been offside for Dembele. Instead, we're working inside the box, out, back and forth. Leao loses possession, actually. Yeah, that's why we are seeing Jedwai as the right defender. No, not the right defender, left defender. Here's Conte. That's the right defender, and look at that. Conte got a little bit displeased with me saying that was Jedwai on the right side, so he needed to show who's the boss. A lot of room for Conte there on the right side. Really a lot of room, not under any pressure at all. And it's time to take a look at the subs. We have Zaniolo really, really tired. We're going to bring in Gravenberch in his position, and we're going to use him as a advanced playmaker. And other than him, everyone is playing so very well. We're going to give them a few more minutes. Alright, now it's really time for the last subs then. Just going to look at fitness levels. Jedwai. And we're going to bring Oddi. And Oddi, he's a player from our youth team, just because we have so many missing left defenders. He's not good enough to be a first team player, so he's just here as a backup today. And then I'm gonna bring on Hauge instead of Leao. Benacer with a corner. Cleared. Benacer into the box, and we're up. Well, it was close, but not close enough. Benacer gets another try here from the corner flag. And this one is cleared by defense. Gravenberch picks it up. Kinda lonely though. He would need some backup here, guys. And we're going to see a corner this time from the right side. This Gravenberch with the corner. And cleared. Hauge on the wrong side, but with the possession, but nope. We have seen so many corners, and here's yet another one, and that's Milik. His first goal of the season, and of course it's extremely important to get your strikers into the game, scoring goals for their self-esteem. And we just a few minutes of extra time. I would say this is a really good start to the season, a really good game. I'm definitely not pleased with the goal we conceded, but other than that, it's a really, really good start to the season. And as you know, the transfer window will be open for 5 more weeks, so expect things happen every single episode on the transfer market, so you make sure you don't miss anything. And of course, I would be very grateful if you could send season 3 flying by pressing that like button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.